There's a time window on it. We either do it now or we're stuck. And what I told Vesper I would do is, I don't want to try and deal with all the issues on wind, all the issues on solar, and all the issues on the different type size BESS systems, because they have small and medium ones as well as these large ones. I would try and facilitate an ordinance or a special land use permit for this site only to make it work, so that we don't open up a proverbial Pandora's box to everything else. And they seem to be pretty receptive to that. So while we can...
Hello everyone, great to see such a large turnout here. So as Bob introduced me, my name is Jessica Anderson, Associate Developer with Vesper Energy. We are a utility scale solar and battery energy storage system developer. So a lot of the projects that my company does are large solar projects with like the BESS, as we call it, kind of coupled with the solar in order to harness extra energy so it's not then wasted, to be able to kind of dispatch that back onto the grid. But what we're talking about here is what we call a standalone BESS project. So there will be no solar panels associated with this.
Just if I can, just to let you kind of get oriented where this is. That's a 62 or 3 acre parcel. I'm sorry, what was the question?
So if we have this, are we also going to have to worry about solar farms and wind farms?
I have no idea. I can tell you the only inquiries I've ever had for a solar farm at my office, anyway, the time I've been here, have been a couple of inquiries from people that wanted to do it in our tech park, but I'm just telling you, they are not going to want to pay the money that we intend to charge for that property to put solar farms in. It just would be
I can guarantee you that solar will not be happening.
I'll go through your presentation. We do want to address your concern you brought up last time was if there's been suggested brownfield sites, which is the preferred execution for the law, why did we have to reject or why did we dismiss those sites? So
Yeah,
we can do that later. Or
No, I can just answer it right now. To be honest with you, this is the site that we've identified that we're a business. I think a lot of the times it gets lost in this that we're maybe like a nonprofit or something kind of coming in to try to save the environment. But the reality is we're a power producing business, and those sites don't work.
They don't care about us. They want money.
Those sites don't
Yes.
work for this
What do you
for
mean
that
work
project.
for it? They're not feasible technically?
Yes.
Or you don't like the
No,
Land
you don't like the cost.
constraints.
They're too small. There is not the available injection capacity that we have here. There would be significant radiation.
We know you're.
Well, no,
I'm gonna ask
hold on,
them.
I need to interject
It is
something, because the one thing that, I don't know if you guys have had the opportunity to look at the draft application process at the state level, but I'll tell you one thing, is you better make darn sure that your business case is bulletproof, because it has it in black and white in this draft, and the state does not like these type of facilities on undeveloped land. And it's as plain as day on the application process. To say that it was a business decision may not necessarily fly if it gets to the state level.
Yeah.
So now I'm starting to understand why you do want to work with the township, because
Yeah.
Technical or
Yep.
is it
it could
business?
be.
It's technical.
Yeah.
But we are a business, so
But is it technical or?
We are families.
Technically, you could not do it on one of those other sites?
Yes.
Or the business case
No.
didn't support it?
This is essentially if a township, is opposed to us, we do have that option of applying through the state. And just to caveat my whole business comment and everything, the reality is that when I say we're a business, we have to build projects that are actually fundable. So we can't just, because there's land over there and it would work, do it. If it doesn't financially make sense and it's too expensive, we physically can't do it. So that we have to take those things into account when we're building those projects.
Thank you.
So I've got more of a technical question, just regarding the battery.
Systems are cited because, yes, it is close to residences, but it's a 63 acre parcel. A lot of times these things are squeezed into 20 acres because they're in a more urban environment, such as like downtown Los Angeles. So that is one reason why we selected this, was because there was significant kind of volatility, and it made sense to cite it here. And then, in addition to that, a big thing that we have to look out for is the available injection capacity that is running on the transmission lines. This transmission line was identified by my colleague. I actually didn't find this myself. He handed it off to me, but identified 300 megawatts of available capacity on this transmission line. And I will say, I think this is an important point to underscore. That's it. As it stands right now, 300 megawatts is all that's on that line. You won't have another developer, say we get this done, you won't have another developer coming in and trying to do another one of these here, because that's all. 300 megawatts is it. Unless something changes. Things can change. People can invest $80 million in upgrades and create more capacity. But that is a little unreasonable, so the reasonable developer will not be coming in and trying to create a system if we were to do this.
But that's the real story behind this, so you know. Anything else you've heard is probably some fictitious dream or somebody's anticipation of what it is.
Hi, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this second episode of Green Energy. As you can see, the more you dig, the more you'll find. The more corrupt you'll find that this is, and the more you'll find that they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes. Start digging, start making noise, and start pushing back. We do not have to accept this. We absolutely do not. So let's not.